The Texas flood that I was talking about here 2 days ago continues today, and it has been kicking and booming with lightning and thunder and a nice but steady heavy rain all day. Um, the flood will continue for at least 2 more days, and Texas is getting harder hit, and the storm is performing with rainfall. And we're with earthquakes in Nevada. We're up to 177 in the last 24 hours. We're keeping our eye on it and the aftershocks. I'm obsessed with what will happen in about 5 days with Arthur, which is now called Invest 90. Oh my God, look, there's snow. All you snow weenies, check your eyes this way. And all this weather, because there's weather pretty much happening everywhere. Asterisk. Because like somebody's going to be here being like, I ain't getting any weather. And I will say, you will count as our earthquake people. Okay, the snow weenies up here in Montana and a dash in the Idaho. Your potatoes are getting frosted, baby. And then Wyoming, you're getting some too. So yeah, and then we're getting possible spinning things in New York. We're getting heavy floods in Houston and the South Texas area. And this is the area we are watching for tropical development or subtropical development, depending on which way you swing. And then we've got situations busting down in Oklahoma. We're getting hail in Denver, and I'm sure Nebraska's got a tale to tell as well. And due to mismanagement of my funds, I'm working for cigarette money, which is always hard because people are like, you shouldn't be smoking. And I was like, well, then that is bad because I admit I've been chain smoking during May because it's so chain smoky. Like if you're planetary defense commander trying to get everybody to keep it together, work together while telling them the risks and dangers and challenges that we're facing right now, you might be chain smoking too. Don't judge, man. That definitely looks like boobs. Although this boob is weird. You can think but these are areas of low pressure, and we've got a giant area of low pressure that's going to super typhoon and probably bring gravity waves up into this area. Wow, see? Look at that. Look at all that low pressure. And there are our gravity waves. Oh, man. That is a major monster of WTF, bro. And the gravity waves don't seem to extend from a radial point. They seem more like flat across a grid, which is even stranger. And this mountain ridge has just got to be something impressive, which it is. So I think it's Vong Vong that will be heading up towards the India-Bangladesh border. We had a jet crash today. Twitter is always like the danger room. And J.K. Rowling is asking about Bitcoin. And Emma Watson and Amelia Clark, X-Men vibes for reals. BG is steady tracking the rotating areas near Walton, New York. Tim's got some passive cloud conspiracies. Excessive rainfall continues in the blue circular area, which is Galveston County, Dickinson, League City, Friendswood, Webster. And notice how it's just kind of sitting there, hanging there, staying there. That is south of Pasadena. We got a Mecca thunderstorm. The weather Twitter, Houston, Texas, reporting is fantastic. Eric Simon, oh boy, this isn't good. Red Bluff Road in Pasadena, Texas is flooded out. Cars are stuck. Drivers are confused. Turn around, don't drown. These are multiple, ongoing, amazing, but dangerous situations happening all over the globe. But being a Houston Texan, I'm specifically focused personally on Texas, severe weather defense, and my love life is still apparently national security. What? Okay. So we've been on like 2020 alert since January. And then in February, we're like in super 2020 Asteroid Fight Club alert. And then in March, we were in super duper mega major Asteroid Fight Club red alert. And we made it through April, and I spiritually and energetically gave everyone a hug. And now we're in the middle of May, and it is really kicking into high gear. So the rain isn't even going to leave Texas for about 48 hours. We got a big atmospheric river type thing rolling into the Pacific Northwest, and the earthquake's happening about over here. So we have our two areas of high pressure in between our big areas of low pressure, and our high and low pressure don't even compare to that Indian, Asian pressure. That is crazy. And so, let's all get our prayer games up to new heights. But I'm still positive that we together are going to eventually do the right thing and make it out of this alive. Most of us. We are going to lose some people. We are losing people at a pretty fast pace for 2020. Hopefully we can turn that around. Most of the best weather people I know are like, don't look at the models. Don't look at the charts. Definitely don't look at the spaghetti. Or look at the spaghetti. I don't know. What's that talking about? For right now, they say Arthur's coming nowhere near land. Unless your land is right there. But we will have to pay attention. Because 2020, Venus retrograde day 3 will probably only be super mega weird dist on day 5 through 7, 8. I'm trying to get on track. And Geico, your AI must suck because I don't have a car. I haven't had a car for like a year and 3 months. So why are you trying to sell me auto insurance? I rode in the car, but you don't have to have insurance to be a passenger, I don't think. Anyway, this is Arthur. And so far, nobody thinks it might get to hurricane strength but me. And it's not that big a deal. Hopefully it won't hit or interact with land, but I would stay prepared for anything. So even if it gets like Cat 2 and goes out to sea, then I'm going to be like, yay. But as long as nobody gets hurt, I'm going to be like, yay. And so a lot of people are going to be dealing with some heavy weather. But look how this is rotating like counterclockwise. So the rain is moving back over Florida. And so some of the flood maps had definitely said the lower tip of Florida would be getting some heavy rain. But it looks like the middle of Florida is getting quite a bit as well. Dude, there was just some super duper major thunder out my window right now. And then strange noises. Yeah, the energy is definitely wild. The energy is definitely wild. We're looking at wind gusts right now. And the GFS doesn't do much with Arthur. Well, yeah, the 19th seems to point towards major atmospheric instability. And so this amount of beige and brown has caused a lot of heavy flooding in South Texas. Now look at how super brown with some pink this area is, and this is precipitable rain. That means rain that is willing to participate in any type of falling on my head. Raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep on event. And so there's definitely a lot of moisture in play, not only off the Caribbean Atlantic, but in the Gulf of Mexico, headed for. And there's even a lot, it's just flowing through the atmosphere right now. It's a wet atmosphere, bro. It's hurricane season. But yeah, this is that's going to be a bad situation. In Texas, Houston, Sugar Land is seeing between 5 and 4 inches in some spots, causing some pretty heavy flooding, and there is constant lightning and rain. Yeah, definitely don't go into waist high water. But if you are going into waist high water, I hope you're wearing a mask. Or you're going into a store. I would like it for all Houstonians to wear masks inside the store. Keep everybody safe. Oh, playing maximum defense May. Look at this ripping through Albany. Albany. And so that's the thing. It's like part of my THORnews theory has been that like planets can affect other planets just like people can affect other people. It's more complicated than that, of course, but we can pretty much lock in the week after a Venus retrograde, or lock in the week around an Eris conjunction. And with a lack of petroleum extraction and all the gas giants on the same side, we can expect probably an earthquakey and volcano-y 2020. So get your apocalypse and Armageddon best jokes ready. Though I plan to survive, thrive, like a cross between Star Wars, Star Trek, good Game of Thrones, Avengers, X-Men, Justice League, you name it. So no, the Houston flood is not a hoax. So you got this super typhoon, 949. That brings it to like category 3-ish strength for typhoon, cyclone, hurricane. And that is going to cause some super major storm surge issues. And with this storm rotating counterclockwise, the heaviest of the rain will be pushed in this region here. So they should be preparing for that now. That's a big event. So yeah, 2020 has made us all Space Force, all Asteroid Fight Club, and all Weather Twitter. So you got to check the signs in the heavens, because the skies almost everywhere have been putting on quite a show and trying to communicate with humans. I mean, it can't get more clear than this. So yeah, we've got an ongoing global plague pandemic, and now hurricane season has officially begun, since we have category 3 type typhoon villains in the atmosphere, asterisk on the villain. So the atmosphere's ability to create a storm has improved, and humans' ability to take photographs has improved as well. This, however, is a thunderstorm complex. Okie dokie. I just instinctively lit another cigarette. Smoke if you got 'em. Dada Boo, Florida Wave Master on Twitter, 18ZGFest with the landfall in New England, question mark, 1 run. Mental floss. What is a terrible movie that you inexplicably love? I don't know, man, because I keep rotating all my crushes through my mind, and it's driving me crazy. So it's like I'm having a movie in my mind, but they never end up coming and kissing me. Nobody cares about that. We're talking about danger and doom. But, like I'm saying, Hurricane Michael, this storm is super weird. I'm not going to overplay it, but yeah, it's got a dangerous component. It could turn into something like a hurricane and hit the New England area. We're not talking about 200-mile-per-hour winds. I hope not. But this is 2020. Be prepared for everything. Remember the plague? Like 99.99% of people did not see that coming. And so I have been warning about the 1 week after Venus retrograde weather-wise all year. And so we are here. We have a super typhoon possible for the other side of the Earth. And so how deep will this pressure get? We do not know. There might be rogue battles happening within the atmospheric river team. Everybody's fighting right now. And so we should do what we can, keep it together as a team. The Prayer Warriors and All-Star Asteroid Fight Club. Yeah, Texas, we're getting more heavy flooded, and we're getting the heavy rainstorm. Plus, the West Coast, you guys are getting quite a bit of rain too. And we're getting that thing where it almost seems like the rain comes straight out of the atmosphere. So it is not a storm that rolls in. It is a storm that just kind of appears. But that's probably from the core to space process. Because the Earth is a giant, big ball, beautiful little living thing with a star inside. Yeah. Anyway. And so this would make it, and it still puts it around tropical storm strength or category 1 hurricane strength. but it's not getting any type of major wrap-up formation with the precipitation that would allow it to get super dangerous. But I would, it could rapidly intensify. These things are like mysteries to us, though most people like to act like they know everything about everything. We know very little, especially about our atmospheric processes. So yeah, that's my job. I talk to you and I tell you guys what's going on. And so I'll pretty much be able to plug in and tell you what the update is whenever I have the energy and the focus. Yeah. Okay, we got a dangerous tornado warned storm headed for South Delhi, New York, where the kink is. So let's get the funk out. And you got a whole tornado watch for Litchfield County through 10 p.m. Tornado watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes, and we're monitoring closely. And we're taking a quick look at the Braze Bayou near Stella Link. And it's pretty high. And they carved out like 30 feet of mud and rain, widened the Braze Wood over the summer, which was a project I was very, very proud of. So it will make it harder to super flood the neighborhoods, but not impossible. Dada Boo, the Florida Wave Master, saying to the untrained eye, that's not what is happening. And he noted that the terrain around the Bahamas and such, the Keys, whatever's over here, the Caymans, that usually tears up whatever tries to form. And so it will be moving into cold waters, but we're not sure what fully affects intensification of storms now, are we? All right, but if you're in front of that nasty looking line, be ready. Massachusetts. All right, so everybody stay cool, and I've got a heavy dose of all the X-Men women on my mind today. God bless everyone. Talk to you soon.